before she even reached the door. Before she understood what kind of night she had walked into. Before she realized the biggest mistake wasn't trusting him, but ignoring the soft voice inside her chest. Amma felt that tightening fear. The kind that starts small. The kind women learn to recognize, but sometimes choose to ignore. If you've ever brushed off a red flag because he seemed nice, keep watching. And when you finish, tell me in the comments, would you have gone on this date? Amma wasn't the type to jump into online dates. Soft-hearted, introverted, easy to guilt trip. Her friends always told her she was too forgiving, too gentle, too quiet for the world she lived in. But after her breakup 5 months earlier, a breakup that drained her confidence and left her doubting everything about herself, she started feeling lonely in a way she couldn't shake off. So when she matched with Deji, everything felt easy. He wasn't handsome in a loud, flashy way. He was the calm type, steady voice, warm smile, the kind that made you think he was raised well. For the first time in months, Amma felt wanted. Not used, not ignored, wanted. And sometimes, that feeling blinds even the sharpest woman. After days of harmless chats and late-night calls, Deji said, "I know a quiet lounge you'd love. No noise. Just peace." That sounded perfect for someone like Amma. But here's the first rule of danger. It never arrives dressed as danger. So she agreed. She picked her safest outfit, the kind that looked pretty without appearing like she tried too hard. She rehearsed polite laughter. She told a friend the location. She believed she had done everything right. She didn't know the place Deji suggested wasn't a public lounge. It was a private apartment disguised as one. Amma arrived early. The building looked wrong. Not terrible, just off. Too quiet for a Friday night. Too dim for a place that supposedly hosted people. She hesitated at the gate. Should she wait outside? Call him first? Leave? But the second she turned to go, a hand waved from the balcony. "Hey, Amma. Up here." He sounded so normal, so casual, like she was overthinking everything. She forced a smile and walked in. Inside the hallway, her footsteps echoed loudly. The air felt stale. No music, no chatter, no signs of life. She reached his door. It opened before she knocked. Deji's smile stretched across his face. "Amma, wow. You're even prettier in person." It should have been a compliment. But something in his eyes made her stomach twist. The kind of twist you feel when your spirit senses something your brain hasn't processed yet. Amma stepped inside. It wasn't a lounge. It looked like a sitting room turned into a chill spot. No bar, no staff, just dim lights. And one sofa. "Sorry," Amma said quickly. "I thought this was a lounge." "It is," he replied. "My private one. Safer. Quieter." He winked. "As long as you're with me, you're safe." The way he said it made her fingers tremble. Men who say, "You're safe with me," too early are rarely talking about safety. But Amma didn't want to offend him. She never wanted to offend anyone. That was her weakness. "Sit," he said warmly. Not "have a seat." Not "let's sit." Sit. Amma obeyed, choosing the far end of the sofa. He sat beside her, not close but close enough. "So," he said softly, "you didn't tell me you'd be this nervous." "Nervous?" She laughed lightly. "I'm fine." "No," he said, tilting his head, eyes sharp. "You're jumpy. And people lie when they're jumpy." The smile on his face didn't match the tone in his voice. Amma swallowed. Her phone vibrated. A message from the friend she sent her location to. Babe, are you good? How's the place? Amma started typing a reply. But Deji gently placed his hand over her phone. Don't be rude. We just started. His palm wasn't heavy, just controlling. And control is sometimes more terrifying than force. Amma stood up quickly. I just need to use the restroom. Sure, he said, pointing down the hallway. But when she walked there, she noticed something terrifying. There was a second lock on the front door. And the key wasn't inside. She stepped back, placing a hand over her chest. Deji's voice echoed behind her. You okay? She forced a smile. Yeah, I'm fine. But her hands kept shaking. Her spirit kept whispering. Leave now. Leave now. Leave now. When she returned to the sofa, Deji had poured her a drink. I don't drink alcohol, Amma said gently. It's not alcohol, he lied. Relax. You're too stiff. He nudged the glass toward her. He pushed it back. He pushed it forward again, slower, firmer. Amma, drink. Her throat tightened. She didn't take the glass. She held her breath instead. Then he sighed and leaned back. You know, he muttered, you're not as sweet as I expected. Her heart dropped. People say the most dangerous man is the angry man. Very wrong. The most dangerous man is the disappointed one. Because disappointment can turn into punishment. Amma stood up. Actually, I need to go. I forgot something urgent at home. He didn't move. He didn't blink. He just watched her with a chilling stillness. Then he laughed slowly. You think I don't know you're lying? Her breath hitched. You think I don't know when someone tries to leave me, he added. You think I didn't set this up carefully? Her knees weakened. Suddenly the room felt much smaller. The air felt suffocating. Her own pulse sounded louder than her thoughts. This was no misunderstanding. This was a trap, and she walked right into it. Amma's breath grew shallow as Deji rose slowly from the sofa. Not fast. Not aggressive. Just deliberate. The kind of movement that tells you the person has already made a decision. And you're the only one who doesn't know what it is. He stepped closer. Amma stepped back. Her heel hit the edge of the rug, almost tripping her. She steadied herself, forcing her voice to stay calm. Deji, I didn't mean to upset you. You just what? He asked softly, taking another step. You just realized you don't want to be here? The softness in his voice made the moment worse. Soft voices hide sharp intentions. Amma swallowed hard. She could feel her pulse hammering behind her ears. She reached for her bag. That tiny movement set him off. You're leaving? He asked, tone suddenly flat. Amma forced a smile, the kind women use when danger is near but pretending feels safer than reacting. I need to step outside for fresh air. He tilted his head. You want fresh air? A slow smile crept across his face. You'll get fresh air when I say so. Amma's fingers trembled around her bag strap. Her mind raced. The door had that second lock with no key. The hall was empty. Her friend was waiting for a response she hadn't sent. She wasn't safe. Not even close. Amma forced herself to breathe. Let me step outside to call my sister, she said gently. Then I'll come back. I promise. He shook his head. No phone calls. Not here. A cold fear gripped her spine. She tried another tactic. Maybe we started off wrong. Maybe we should talk in a public place instead. Oh, he said, eyes narrowing. So now you regret coming here? Alma's lips parted, but nothing came out. Regret was too small a word for what she felt. He stepped close enough for her to smell his cologne, close enough for her lungs to tighten. Then he whispered, "You're not going anywhere." Alma froze. Every instinct in her body screamed run. She didn't think. She didn't plan. She just acted. Alma grabbed her phone, darted toward the hallway, and reached for the front door, only to remember the second lock. Her heart sank. She fumbled with the handle anyway, shaking so badly that she could barely grip it. Behind her, she heard his footsteps. Low, steady, confident. "You think you can walk out," he murmured. Alma didn't turn around. She couldn't. Her body felt like it was split between panic and survival. Sound saved her. Someone knocked. Loud, firm, unexpected. Deji stopped mid-step. Alma's eyes widened. Hope flooded her chest so suddenly it almost hurt. He whispered, "Don't open that door." But Alma didn't listen. She couldn't. She twisted the handle, yanked the door, and stumbled into the hallway, where a woman stood holding a bag of takeaway food, looking confused at Alma's trembling hands and wide eyes. Alma grabbed her arm. "Please," she whispered, voice shaking violently. "Help me. Please." The woman blinked, then her face hardened into instant understanding. "Come with me," she said sharply. Deji appeared behind Alma, trying to keep his expression calm, normal, harmless. But the woman didn't buy it. She pulled Alma toward the stairs. "Stay behind me," the woman said. "Don't look back." Alma followed, legs weak, vision blurred with tears she didn't even feel falling. They didn't stop moving until they reached the building's entrance. Only when the cold night air hit Alma's face did she finally break. Outside, under the streetlight, Alma clung to the railing, shaking so badly she couldn't stand straight. The woman placed a hand on her shoulder. "Listen. I don't know what he planned, but you're lucky you got out when you did." Alma sobbed quietly. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just soft, broken sounds of someone who realized the danger after escaping it. She whispered, "Why was I so stupid? Why didn't I leave earlier? Why didn't I see it?" The woman shook her head gently. "You're not stupid. Men like that, they study women like you. They find the soft-hearted ones, the gentle ones, the ones who don't want to offend anybody." Those words cut deep because they were true. Alma always tried to be polite, always tried to avoid conflict, always tried to give people the benefit of the doubt. And tonight, her kindness almost cost her something she didn't want to imagine. Later that night, Alma sat on her bed, replaying every detail. The empty street, the second lock, the drink she refused, the controlling tone, the blocked door, her shaking hands, the stranger who saw her fear. She typed a long message to her friend. "I should have listened to my instincts." Then she whispered to herself, "I will never ignore red flags again, not even small ones." Alma may have been soft-hearted, introverted, easily guilt-tripped, gentle. But that night forced her to grow a spine she didn't know she had. Spine carved from fear, carved from survival, carved from a moment that could have ended differently. Very differently. Be honest. If you were in Alma's shoes from the very beginning, would you have sensed something was wrong? Or would you have stayed longer than you should? Tell me in the comments.